I mean, she's making valid arguments, but only valid arguments if I really did trust her, and I don't really trust her.
How can you make it far and here? And because I even said out there to Portia, I was like, I know you and Kalia are gonna take each other, so they're just gonna string you along and get rid of you. And
even Portia's saying to me, like, you know, who would I be taking? I'm like,
you're not there yet.
I'm like, we got to get through HOH and veto.
Next week.
I'm like, if I win HOH and you win veto, then we're in the final 3.
Right.
I'm like, and I already have my speech ready for tomorrow. That I don't want to give it away too much, but no, you know, like, Rachel gave you the opportunity to fight for your life to win the veto. I'm giving you another chance to fight for your life by working on votes. Mm-hmm. You know, and hey, you know what? Like, nothing in this game should be handed to you.
Right.
Portia came off the block because Jeff handed her a veto. Like, now, okay, you need to fight, and you were fighting for a veto. Now you're fighting for votes.
And me and Rachel,
and we need to fight in this game to earn it.
Right. And me and Rachel, we've already talked 150% sure. We are like already talking about next week, like, Portia can't get it. We're taking Adam. Right. And I know Portia's already, like, she's trying to, like, get that open relationship right now with me to try to work her way in, and it's not going to work because I don't trust her.
But we cannot control everything. Like, you know, but we have the ability to control what we can.
Yeah. And I mean, if she wins HOH next week, then she's going.
Then God bless her. Way to go. Good job.
Right.
She won. That'll be 2 HOHs and a veto.
Right.
You know, good for you, kid. You know, and she earned it. And then the 3 of us will fight for that veto.
Exactly.
And whoever wins that veto is safe, and then the other 2 can come groveling.
Yeah, but if, you know, but I hope, you know, just because if Rachel's always talking to Portia, I don't want you to think that you're going to be out.
No, I know. And
that's why I was like, I want to tell you, because she was working me last night.
Who, Portia or Kalia?
No, Kalia.
Oh, yeah, no. The whole time I'm cooking breakfast and eating, she's still
that's why I didn't want to lay out,
argument.
Because I know it's the same thing. And too, she was. But I mean, at first I told Rachel upstairs, I'm like, man, I feel really bad. Maybe I should. But it's like, it was our word, but it's not like there's 8-10 people here. Right. It's like, now it's like, what's going to further me? And her here isn't furthering me.
Right. And again, you know, when people say you need to make a big move, Danny kept telling me I need to make a big move. I need to make a big move to keep her. Not to help me, to keep her.
Right.
Kalia wants me to make a big move to keep her. Right. Not to help me. That doesn't help me, because with you and Rachel, you know, sure, you more so than Rachel, I've been working with all summer. Rachel and I have never really quite seen eye to eye, even though we were working together. It was always like, you know, and I even
Portia keeps saying, she's like, I've been with you guys, but you guys just, after that knockout, y'all were mad at me and quit talking to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? Hang on, I'm going to go in here and get a drink. Come in here. I'm like, what are you saying?
No, it's people going around in circles, and they're winning by the fact that they're making us keep talking about it and it's driving us crazy. And so technically
it's driving me crazy, and I know this is like what I'm going to have to hear the rest of this week. And then I told Portia too, I was like, me and Rachel, I was like, we would be in the same situation right now, and I said, and I know you and Kalia would be like, all right, who are we going to take? Who's the best person to take that from here? And then Kalia out there, she's sitting there talking to me, saying, me, you, and Rachel will go, and then we'll keep our honor.
I want to call her out on it. I really want to call her out, but I know it'll
be drama.
Right. It's unnecessary drama.
Right. And she's like, we'll work together, and then I'll honor our deal until she has to. But she kept saying, I want to win this and do this. I'm like, there are 4 other people in this house that, just like what Shelly said to me, there's 4 other people in here that want to win too. And there's only one winner. There's only going to be one winner. And just because because I told Rachel, I was like, we can't get too excited now, because we are HOH, but next week could be the worst week for us.
Right. And we've seen that happen in this house how many times? Up one week, down the next.
Yeah.
And down one week. Hey, and that's the whole thing too. Like, she keeps bringing up that, that you guys hung her out to dry with the votes. But and I didn't want to.
Oh, with the votes?
I didn't want to tell her that, we had already talked. And we knew.
I threw her off because I said, I'm
and
leaning towards Shelly, and she goes, yeah, me too.
Right, because the only reason why she did that that she says is, because she didn't want to come into this week with any bad blood. She was hoping that, okay, if you guys are keeping Shelly, then she would keep Shelly, and then coming into this week, everything would be an even.
Well, I lied. I told her that I changed my mind last minute. After her speech, I was like, I knew it was desperation. I just changed my mind.
That's what she said too. That, they gave each other a signal and did
Yeah.
And I'm like, and so she's like, I know you don't, if you don't use a veto, it's because you feel like you owe them, like you don't owe them. And I'm like, I owe them because I've been working with them, and I've been trying to, keep you guys safe. Hey, the week that I voted Rachel to stay, I knew that was a perfect opportunity to get rid of Rachel.
Right.
And even though I do see her as a big threat, I also see her, somebody that, A, deserves to be here over, Lawan, who made no case. Like, what Lawan campaigned to me 1 minute on Wednesday night. Instead of lying to me the rest of the week. Oh, I never volunteered to go up. When he volunteered to go up, and Khalid's using that too. Like, he volunteered to go up because he knew how hard I was stressing out.
Right.
Like, if you really were worried about anything, you would not put somebody in harm's way.
Right.
You would have put. She should have put you up if she really wanted Rachel out. Oh, but I had this agreement with her. I wouldn't do it, and that was back then. If you really wanted Rachel out, you put up somebody that could get out. All right.
I have to.
Talk to you later.
I think we're all going to make moves and.
I just realized how hairy my underarms are, and I'm laying around all